Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kita mulakan kelas kita pada pagi ini dengan membaca ummul kitab Al-Fatihah. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, arrahmanirrahim, maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim, siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Muhammadin asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami, ampunkanlah dosa-dosa kami, ampunkanlah dosa kedua ibu bapa kami, dan kasihilah mereka sebagaimana mereka mengasihi kami di masa kecil. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami, kurniakanlah kepada kami ilmu yang bermanfaat untuk diri kami, keluarga kami, agama kami, bangsa kami dan negara kami. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami, berilah kepada kami kejayaan di dunia dan di akhirat. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami, jadikanlah kami orang-orang yang bersyukur. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Okay, alhamdulillah, kita bersyukur pada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Pada hari ini kita dapat bertemu sekali lagi dalam kelas kita yang kedua untuk minggu ni. Okay, so insyaAllah we are going to learn a new thing today. Okay, in the previous class we have discussed two questions on statement of financial position, and today we are going to discuss about the same topic, that is fellow subsidiary, but today we are going to look at consolidated statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, as well as statement of changes in equity. Okay, so now I would like to share with you the question and the answer. Okay, can you see this file?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so basically we are learning about the same thing, but at this time we learn about the preparation of consolidated profit or loss and other comprehensive income. Okay, you can see from here, at this time we have three companies. Okay, 2 days ago we have two companies only, the parent and the subsidiary, but today we have three companies. Okay, so the following are the draft statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income of Rose Berhad, Jasmine Berhad and Hibiscus Berhad for the year ended 31st December 2010. Okay, so we are given three sets of statement of profit or loss for the three companies. Okay, and okay, we go through item by item. Okay, revenue. Okay, we have revenue for Rose, Jasmine and Hibiscus, respectively 60 million, 36 million and 48 million. And then cost of sale 24 million, 12 million and 80 million. Gross profit 36 million, 24 million and 30 million. Okay, so when we look at this question, there is no strange thing that we can see from here. Okay, no strange thing starting from revenue until until cost of sale. Okay, then we go to the expenses. We have expenses here amounting to 12 million for Rose, for Jasmine 9.6 million, and for Hibiscus is 12 million. Okay, and then we arrive at profit, operating profit basically. Next, there is a gain on sale of machine. Gain on sale of machine 1.2 million, and also dividend from subsidiary 5.52 million. Next, we arrive at profit before tax of the first company, Rose, 30,720,000, of Jasmine 14,400,000, and Hibiscus 18 million. And then the taxation is 6 million, 3.6 million, and 5.2 million respectively. And profit after tax is 24,720,000, 10.8 million, and 12.8 million. Okay, in addition to that, there are also data for retained profit brought down. Retained profit brought down on 1st January 2010, amounting to 8.4 million for Rose, 4.8 million for Jasmine, and 6 million for Hibiscus. And then we have also the figure for ordinary dividend paid, 6 million, 6 million, and 2.4 million, respectively for Rose, Jasmine, and Hibiscus. And lastly, preferred dividend paid by Hibiscus, 1.2 million. Okay. So before we read the additional information, we do not know who is the parent, who is the subsidiary. Okay. But now, after we read additional information A, insyaAllah we are going to know. Actually B. A belum lagi. B. Detail of share capital and reserve on 31st December 2010 of the three companies. Ordinary share. Okay, ordinary share of the three companies. Rose, 60 million. Jasmine, 24 million. Hibiscus, 30 million. Share premium. Okay, this one, share premium is actually reserve. Yeah? So I put here reserve. Reserve is 24 million, 6 million, and 12 million. And 10% cumulative preference shares of 12 million for Hibiscus only. Okay. All the companies have not issued any new shares since 2007. What does it mean? Okay, it means the number of shares on the date of acquisition is the same of number of shares on 31st December 2010. So when is the date of acquisition? On 1st January 2010, Rose acquired 60% of the issued ordinary shares of Jasmine. Yeah, how many percent? 60% of the issued ordinary shares of Jasmine. And the goodwill on consolidation was 2.4 million and was impaired by 480,000 at 31st December 2010. So this is about Rose. Acquire Jasmine, 60% ordinary share of Jasmine. So it means, okay, 60% of shares of Jasmine was acquired by Rose. So Rose is the parent, Jasmine is the subsidiary. Next, Rose acquired 80% of the issued ordinary share capital of Hibiscus on 1st July 2010 for 12 million. Okay, 1st July. 1st July is during the year for 12 million. The bargain purchase arising from the acquisition was 600,000. Okay, so for the first acquisition of Jasmine, it is goodwill. For acquisition of Hibiscus, it is bargain purchase. Next, Rose Berhad sold a machine of carrying amount 3.6 million for 4.8 million. Okay, Rose sold machine of carrying amount 3.6 million for 4.8 million. So making a profit of 1.2 million to Jasmine in year 2010. And the remaining useful life is 5 years and the group depreciate plant on a straight line basis. Okay, jadi kat sini ada apa? Ada disposal of goods dan menyebabkan keuntungan sebanyak 1.2 million. Okay, 1.2 million. And this 1.2 million, who made the sale? Rose. Sold machine to Jasmine. Okay, and we can see this transaction included in the statement of profit or loss. Here, 1.2 million, right? So this 1.2 million is actually gain on disposal of machine made by Rose to Jasmine. Next. So what is the implication? What are the implications of this sale? Number one, there is unrealized profit of 1.2 million. And number two is the depreciation over provided. Depreciation over provided. So how much depreciation is over provided? Depreciation every year is over provided by 1.2 million, that is the difference between 3.6 and 4.8 divided by 5 years. Divide by 5 years. Sekejap Okay, so just now the implication of the unrealized profit is number one, implication of unrealized profit, and the second one is implication of overprovided depreciation by 1.2 million divided by 5 years. Okay, next, additional information E. During the year, Jasmine sold inventories. Who is Jasmine? Jasmine is the subsidiary. Sold goods to Rose. Okay. Sold inventories at invoice value of 2.4 million to Rose Berhad, and the markup was 600,000. So making a profit of 600,000. Rose has not sold any of these goods yet. So what is the implication? Implication is there is unrealized profit of 600,000. Okay. Hibiscus paid all the dividend in December 2010. And all profits and losses are deemed to accrue evenly throughout the year. Okay. So kita tengok yang F ni Hibiscus is the second subsidiary. Second subsidiary dia bayar dividend in December. Maknanya dia bayar dah dividend. Kita tengok dividend yang dibayar oleh Hibiscus. Hibiscus ni dia ada ada apa dia? Ada dividen ni, preference dividend ya. Ada ordinary dividend, ada preference dividend yang dibayar pada bulan Disember ya, sebanyak 2.4 million and 1.2 million. Okay. Jadi bila sekarang ni kita tengok ya, there is no other information about dividend. Okay, dia cuma mention dividend paid by Hibiscus. What about dividend by Jasmine? Apa muslihatnya dia tak sebut dividend paid by Jasmine? Okay, sebabnya ya, Jasmine ni bayar juga dividen. Tetapi Jasmine ni adalah subsidiary daripada 1 Januari sampailah 31 Disember. Okay, manakala Hibiscus ni dia jadi subsidiary bermula 1 bulan Julai. Jadi dia kena sebutlah dia bayar dividen bila. Kalau kata dia bayar dividen bulan Jun, maka Rose tak layak lah untuk dapat. Jadi itulah sebabnya dia mention. Okay. Kemudian yang keduanya, they mention about all profits and losses deemed to accrue evenly throughout the year. Ni maksudnya apa? Okay. Ingat tak lagi masa kita belajar dalam kelas yang lepas, saya sangat concern. I'm very concerned about date of acquisition. Okay. I'm very concerned about date of acquisition. Why we are very concerned? Because I said, okay, the consolidation only start on the date of acquisition. So, for the second case, for Hibiscus, date of acquisition is 1st July. It means from 1st January until 30th June, Hibiscus is not a subsidiary. Hibiscus only a subsidiary, become a subsidiary starting from 1st July 2010. Jadi maknanya apa? Maknanya whatever sale made by Hibiscus, okay, the group only entitled for half ataupun 6 months starting from 1st July. What about cost? Yes, cost also. What about expenses? Yes, expenses also. Okay, the group is entitled for 6 months only, not for the whole year. But for the first company, Jasmine, okay, the group is entitled to consolidate starting from 1st January. Okay, so throughout the process of answering the question in a few minutes time, okay, we are going to understand on what is the difference between Jasmine and Hibiscus. Okay, what is the difference between Jasmine and Hibiscus in terms of consolidation of the items. Okay, so the question is to prepare the consolidated statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income for the year ended 31st December 2010 and to prepare the consolidated statement of changes in equity extract for the year ended 31st December 2010 showing the group retained profit and non-controlling interest. Okay, so do we need to answer some question like yesterday, like 2 days ago? Yes, we need to answer. Who is the acquirer? The acquirer is Rose. So Rose is the parent. Who are the subsidiaries? The subsidiaries are Jasmine and Hibiscus. When is the date of acquisition? We have two different dates for Jasmine and for Hibiscus. Jasmine is 1st January 2010 and Hibiscus is 1st July 2010. So, fair value of net asset of Jasmine. What the fair value of net asset that Jasmine has? It has ordinary share capital 24 million. It has share premium reserve kan 6 million. It has retained earning 4.8 million. 4.8 million. Okay, so yang kali-kali ni belum lagi lah. Okay, kemudian what about the other company, Hibiscus? Okay, Hibiscus on the date of acquisition 1st July 2010, it has ordinary share capital of 30 million, share premium of 12 million, retained earning of 6 million brought down 6 million. But we have also the portion of retained earning for the year. Retained earning for the year that we have to include as part of retained earning on the date of acquisition because acquisition happened on 1st July. Therefore, we take half of the profit. The half of the profit is 12,600,000 times 6 over 12. It's equal to 6.4 million. Okay, 6.4 million. Jadi 6.4 million ni adalah merupakan profit for the year yang kita campurkan dengan retained profit brought down 6 million. So altogether it is 12.4 million retained profit on the date of acquisition. Okay, retained profit on the date of acquisition. So saya rasa cukup dululah untuk yang ini. Okay, untuk yang analisis ni. So kita pergi pula kepada macam mana caranya kita nak menjawab soalan dia. Okay, so acquisition, who is the acquirer is important, date of acquisition is important, especially when we have different dates. We have different dates. Okay, next. Saya akan sharekan jawapan dia. Okay. So, just now, what is happening? Okay. So, just now we have analyzed. Okay. We have analyzed and we understand how many percent acquisition in the first company, Jasmine, how many percent acquisition in Hibiscus. Okay. So, what is next? And what is next? So, before we can prepare our statement of profit or loss, okay, we need to analyze first. We need to analyze the balance of financial statement. we need to analyze the balance of financial statement at this time. Okay. Okay, analysis of financial statement. Yeah, analysis of financial statement. Carried down, yeah. Analysis of financial statement carried down. If you still remember, in the previous class, I said when we prepare statement of financial position, yeah, when we prepare the statement of financial position, we need to prepare the analysis carried down. Okay. Kemudian, when we prepare consolidated statement of profit or loss, we need to prepare analysis for brought down also. Analysis for brought down also. But here, why we do not have the analysis brought down? Kenapa tak ada analysis brought down? Kenapa kita terus pergi kepada analysis carried down? Okay. Jadi sebabnya adalah satu saja, iaitu acquisition is happening ataupun acquisition happen on brought down date. Acquisition tu berlaku pada 1 Januari 2010 sama dengan tarikh brought down. So no point kita calculate brought down sebab memang tak ada brought down kat situ untuk subsidiary. Ya, yeah, untuk subsidiary tak ada brought down. Untuk parent of course ada brought down. Ya. Yeah. Sebab parent dah wujud dah pada 1 hari bulan Januari 2010. Tapi dua-dua subsidiary ni tak wujud lagi pada 1 Januari 2010. Jadi subsidiary tadi tak adalah analysis of financial statement brought down because subsidiary is not exist. Subsidiary not exist on 1st January 2010. Hanya pada hari itu dia wujud subsidiary yang pertama iaitu Jasmine on 1st January 2010 and the other one is Hibiscus on 1st July 2010. Okay. So for analysis of financial statement carried down, what we are going to show. Okay, we are going to show the non-controlling interest. Okay, non-controlling interest for the first company and non-controlling interest for the second company. Okay, now we want to calculate what is the non-controlling interest of Jasmine and what is the non-controlling interest of Hibiscus. Okay, so how are we going to calculate all this? How to calculate the non-controlling interest of Jasmine and non-controlling interest of Hibiscus? Okay, let's look at this. The fair value of net asset of Jasmine. Yeah, the fair value of net asset of Jasmine that comprise of ordinary share capital. Okay, ordinary share capital 24 million. Share premium 6 million and retained profit on the date of acquisition 4.8 million. Okay, and the total fair value of net asset is 34,800,000. Okay, and this amount will be multiplied with 40%. 40% of non-controlling interest percentage, that is 40%. So by multiplying with 40%, we get a figure of 13,920,000. So 13,920,000 is the amount of non-controlling interest on the date of acquisition of Jasmine. So we put here 13,920,000. Yeah, 13,920,000, the amount of non-controlling interest on the date of acquisition of Jasmine. Next is to calculate the non-controlling interest of second company, Hibiscus, on the date of acquisition. So, on the date of acquisition, let's look at the fair value of net asset of Hibiscus. Here, in the right-hand side. Ordinary share capital is 30 million. Okay, ordinary share capital is 30 million. And then, we have a share premium of 12 million. And then, we have retained profit brought down 6 million. And also current year profit, half of the current year profit amounting to 6.4 million. So total fair value of net asset on 1st July 2010 is 54,400,000, and the percentage of holding is 80%. Therefore, non-controlling interest is 20%. Okay, non-controlling interest is 20%. So 20% times 54.4 million is equal to 10.88 million. Okay, so this 10.88 million will be brought here in the NCI column, 10.88 million. And another item of non-controlling interest is NCI interest in preference share. Yeah, NCI interest in preference share. Just now, okay, the preference share is belong to non-controlling interest. Yeah, the preference share is belong to non-controlling interest. Preference share apa? Preference share of Hibiscus. Yeah, preference share of Hibiscus belong to non-controlling interest. Kita tengok sekejap. Kita simak sekejap yang B tu. C, Rose acquired 80% issued ordinary share capital of Hibiscus. Jadi dia tak ada acquire, ya. Dia tak ada acquire pun preference share, so all the preference share are belong to non-controlling interest. Ya, all the preference share belong to non-controlling interest. Okay, so we brought here 12 million. Jadi 13,920,000 plus 10,880,000 plus 12 million kat situ. So apa yang kita dapat? Kita dapat 3 item lah, mewakili non-controlling interest. Okay. And then at the same time, if we remember just now, when Rose acquired Hibiscus, the result of calculation of goodwill is bargain purchase. So bargain purchase will be put here under the group retained earning. Okay, we can put here or we can put under the retained earning of Rose later. Kita boleh letakkan kat situ. And the same goes to impairment of goodwill. Impairment of goodwill of the first company, Jasmine, pun kita boleh letak dalam kolom ni terus. Boleh juga kita letak dalam calculation of retained profit of Rose. Okay, either one lah. Okay. And then retained profit of Jasmine. Retained profit of Jasmine. Okay, retained profit of Jasmine carried down. Retained profit of Jasmine carried down is actually retained profit for the year plus retained profit brought down. Okay, retained profit for the year plus retained profit brought down. So we know that retained profit brought down is 4.8 million. Okay, and current year profit is 10.8 million. So total ni adalah 15.6 million. However, there is a retained earning on the date of acquisition amounting to 4.8 million. So we minus back the 4.8 million. Yeah, we minus back the 4.8 million. And then at the same time, we have unrealized profit on inventory, whereby Jasmine sold goods to Rose amounting to 600,000. 600,000 is the unrealized profit. And lastly, okay, Jasmine declare dividend 6 million. Okay, Jasmine declare dividend 6 million. Okay, so the balance after deducting the retained earning on the date of acquisition, after deducting the unrealized profit and deducting the dividend, the balance is 4.2 million, and this 4.2 million will be allocated to group retained earning and also non-controlling interest according to a percentage of 60% and 40% each. 60% for the group and 40% for the non-controlling interest. Next, we calculate the retained earning of Hibiscus. Okay, so for Hibiscus, the profit after tax for 6 months. Since acquisition happened on 1st July, so the group can only record half year profit of Hibiscus. So half year profit is profit after tax times 6 months. 12.8 divided by 2 ataupun times 6 over 12 equal to 6.4 million. And then we minus preference dividend. Preference dividend was paid on December, 1.2 million. And ordinary dividend, 2.4 million. Okay. So the balance of the profit, okay, after deducting the preference dividend and ordinary dividend is 2.8 million. And this 2.8 million will be allocated to group 80% and to non-controlling interest 20%. Okay. Next one is retained earning of ROS. So retained earning of ROS brought down from the question is 8.4 million plus profit after tax for the year 24,720,000, and then minus the dividend paid, minus the unrealized profit on machine, and also add back the over provided depreciation. Okay, just now we have discussed this. Yeah, unrealized profit is 12 million, and the over provided depreciation is 12 million divided by 5. Okay, and the balance is 26,160,000. So from here, we can now calculate. The total balance carried down of group retained earning, that is 31,040,000, and the balance carried down of non-controlling interest is 39,040,000. Okay, so after analyzing the balance of financial statement, now we can prepare our statement of profit or loss and also statement of changes in equity. Okay, we go to statement of profit or loss first. So in our statement of profit or loss, okay, we are going to start with revenue. And revenue is actually combination of the three companies. Yeah, combination of the three companies. But for the first company, Rose, and for second company, Jasmine, we are going to take 100% of the revenue. 100% of the revenue will be consolidated. Whereas for the second subsidiary, Hibiscus, only 6 months revenue will be consolidated. That's why we can see from here, okay, the amount of revenue comprised of 60 plus 36 plus 48 divided by 2. Plus 48 but divide by 2. So in final exam, we must divide by 2. In test also, we must divide by 2. If the acquisition happened during the year. Okay. And then we have to deduct also the amount of intercompany sale. Intercompany sale 2.4 million. Ya, intercompany sale. Who made the sale? Siapa yang buat jualan ni? Yang buat jualan ni adalah Jasmine kepada Hibiscus, kepada Jasmine kepada Rose sebanyak 2.4 million. So intercompany sales kita kena tolak. Okay, ya. And then cost of sale. Cost of sale are cost of sale of the parent and cost of sale of the subsidiaries. Okay, so the parent cost of sale is 24. Jasmine cost of sale is 12. Whereas Hibiscus cost of sale is 18. But need to be divided by 2 ataupun time 6/12. Okay, so tinggallah berapa? Tinggal 9. 18 bagi 2, 9. And then we minus 2.4 intercompany purchase. So basically intercompany sale is also intercompany purchase. Yeah, intercompany purchase 2.4 million. And okay, and here we add back the unrealized profit of 0.6 million. Okay, unrealized profit kita kena campur balik lah. Sebab tadi kita punya closing inventory overstated. So bila kita dah tahu berapa banyak dia punya unrealized profit, kita campur balik dalam cost of sale ataupun kita tolak dalam closing inventory supaya cost of sale meningkat semula. Okay, meningkat sebanyak 0.6. Okay. Are you okay so far sampai dekat cost of sale tu? Kenapa nak kita kena bagi dengan 2? Ya, kita bagi dengan 2 sebab acquisition happen on 1st July. Okay, for revenue, we divide by 2. For cost of sale, also divide by 2. So we have arrived at the gross profit of the group, 74,400,000. We continue with expenses. Expenses also for Hibiscus, we need to divide by 2. We need to divide by 2. Therefore, after we divide by 2, the balance or the amount of expenses of Hibiscus is only 6. So 12 Rose, 9.6 Jasmine, 12 divided by 2 Hibiscus. And we have to minus 0.24. What is 0.24? Okay, why we have to minus 0.24? 0.24 here is actually over provided depreciation. Over provided depreciation. 1.2 million divided by 5 just now, we get a 0.24 amount of depreciation over provided. Okay, next is gain on sale of machine. So gain on sale of machine, we need to eliminate. Because this gain is between members of the group. Between members of the group. Who is selling? The seller is Rose and the buyer is Jasmine. So Rose cannot make profit over Jasmine because Jasmine is also members of the group. So we need to deduct that 0.24. Sorry, 1.2. Sorry, bukan 0.24 dekat atas dah. Okay, 1.2. Gain on sale of machine 1.2. So 1.2 will be deducted. So 1.2 deduct 1.2 is equal to 0. And the next one is impairment of goodwill. Impairment of goodwill just now is 480,000. And another one is bargain purchase. Bargain purchase is an income. It is a gain. Therefore, it is added here 600. What about dividend from subsidiary? Dividend from subsidiary, dividend from subsidiary is eliminated. Because the amount was received from subsidiary. The amount was received by subsidiary amounting to 5.52. Next, we get the profit before tax, 47,160. And then taxation. Taxation also. The parent is full, Jasmine is full, but Hibiscus is divided by 2. And the total taxation is 12,12,000,000. Profit after tax is 34,960,000. Out of 34,960, how much are attributed to the non-controlling interest? So to calculate and to know the amount, we need to calculate how much. So from the calculation, we are going to know how much of the profit of Jasmine belong to NCI and how much of the profit of Hibiscus belong to NCI. So this is the calculation. Profit attributable to Jasmine. Profit attributable to NCI from Jasmine. So we took the profit after tax of Jasmine from the question. Profit after tax of Jasmine from the question is 10.8 million. Then we minus unrealized profit on inventory, 600. So the balance after minusing the unrealized profit on inventory is 10,200,000. And then we multiply with 40%. What is 40%? 40% is the percentage of non-controlling interest. So how much of the profit of Jasmine attributable to non-controlling interest? It is 4,080,000. 4,080,000. What about Hibiscus? Hibiscus profit for 6 months is 6.4 million. Yeah, profit for 6 months is 6.4 million. And then it has also paid preference dividend. So preference dividend will be deducted 1.2 million and the balance is 5.2 million. Out of 5.2 million, the percentage of non-controlling interest is 20%. Therefore, okay, the amount that will be allocated ataupun the amount that will be attributed to the non-controlling interest is 1,040. Okay. However, don't forget that non-controlling interest is the sole shareholder. Yeah, the sole shareholder of preference share of Hibiscus. So all the preference shares dividend are belong to non-controlling interest. So in addition to 1040, okay, 1200 also belong to the non-controlling interest. So the total is, the total is how much? 2,240,000 from Hibiscus itself. When we add the two together, Hibiscus kita campurkan dengan Jasmine, kita dapat 6,320,000. So we report this in our statement of profit or loss. So we go back to statement of profit or loss. Here, profit attributable to Jasmine, NCI from Jasmine and Hibiscus is 4080 and 2240. Total is 6320, and the balance that is belong to equity holders of the parent is 28,640. Okay, 28,640. Next. Okay, the next one is the statement of changes in equity. Okay, the statement of changes in equity, before we end our class, kita tengok statement of changes in equity. It comprises of many columns. Okay, but most important column is only 3. Okay, share premium, retained earning and non-controlling interest. Yang lain-lain tak buat pun tak apa. Okay, let's go to the first one, retained earning. Retained earning balance brought down is 8.4 million. How do we know? How do we know that it is 8.4 million? Retained earning brought down is basically only comprised of retained earning of the parent, of Rose. So opening balance of Rose is 8.4 million. And then we add the profit for the year. Profit for the year based on calculation just now. Okay, this one, 28,640. This is profit for the year of the group. So we are going to put that amount here. 28,640. And we need to disclose the dividend paid. Dividend paid by the parent, 6 million. Okay, 6 million dividend paid by the parent. Okay. So next one, we are going to look at the non-controlling interest column. Okay. So from the non-controlling interest column, what we can say, there is no balance breakdown of non-controlling interest. Because both subsidiaries were acquired during the year. The first one is on 1st January and the second one is 1st July. 1st January and 1st July. Therefore, there is no balance, opening balance of non-controlling interest. But there are acquisition of subsidiary during the year that result in an amount will be attributed to non-controlling interest. So, acquisition of subsidiary, the first acquisition and second acquisition, it lead to the amount of non-controlling interest for the year, 36,800. Okay, 36,800. Yang mana 36,800 ni kita dapat daripada mana? Kita dapat daripada calculation yang ada di sini tadi. Ya tadi 10.88 campur 13,920. Dan juga kita campur dengan preference share. Okay, lebih detail lagi kita boleh dapat tiga ni 13.92, 10.88 plus 12 million. So itulah amount dia. Itulah amount dia. Amount of non-controlling interest punya portion daripada acquisition of Jasmine and acquisition of Hibiscus. Okay, kemudian share of profit for the year from the subsidiary kepada non-controlling interest, kita dah calculate tadi. Untuk dua company, total dia adalah 6320. And then dividend paid by the subsidiary to non-controlling interest, okay, amounting to 2.8 million, 2.88 million dan juga 1.2 million untuk preference share. Macam mana kita dapat? Okay, untuk ordinary share, the subsidiary declares, okay, dividend of 2.4 million, okay, 2.4 million untuk Hibiscus. Dan okay, daripada 2.4 million, Hibiscus bayar 20% kepada non-controlling interest. So 20% of 2.4 million is 480,000. Manakala dividend of preference share tu totally belong to non-controlling interest. So from there we can calculate what is the amount of non-controlling interest. That is 39,040. And what is the amount of retained earning? Retained earning, yeah. Retained earning of the group is smaller than the non-controlling interest. Non-controlling interest 34 million and 40,000. But the retained earning of the group is only 31 million and 40,000. Okay. So the balance, balance of retained earning, okay. Balance of retained earning at the end of the year is 31 million and 40,000. Okay, and non-controlling interest is 39 million and 40,000. Okay, so I think that is all. Okay, for this question, and that is all for this question. Do you have anything to clarify? Is there any?
Sir,
Yeah.
untuk retained earning of Jasmine pada analisis tu, dekat situ ada unrealized profit inventory.
Betul.
Dia memang kena tolak
Ya, unrealized profit kena tolak.
Okay.
Okay. Ada lagi soalan? Tak ada? So tak ada, insyaAllah kita jumpa
Prof.
lagi. Yes.
Nak tanya, yang dividen preference share tu kan, mana dapat 6,000 tu? Bukan dia...
Mana dapat 6,000?
Dia bukan dia just for 1,200 Sebab dia Hibiscus kan yang ada.
Ni preference share, ni dividen ordinary share 6,000. You tunjuk yang mana? Ni kan 6,000 ni dividen ordinary share by parent. Yang subsidiary yang ni 1200 ni. Betul ke itu yang you tanya?
Oh, still ambil yang 6,000 darab 40% tu daripada ordinary share tu lah.
Oh, bukan. Okey, sekarang ni macam ni. Okey. Okey, saya faham maksud awak. Ini, ya. Untuk dapatkan ni 2880 ni. 28, ini maknanya kolom apa ni, DP row tu dia tak tepat lah macam ni. Sebenarnya 2880 adalah ordinary share yang dibayar oleh subsidiary kepada NCI. Thank you for asking. Jadi sebenarnya ni 2400, okey, 2400 siapa bayar?
Hibiscus.
Okey. 6,000 siapa bayar?
6,000. Jasmine.
Jadi itulah sebenarnya combination. 2880 tu adalah 2400 times 20%, kita dapat 480, dan 6,000 kali 40%, kita dapat 2400. Cuma tempat dia tu patutnya saya letak sini sekejap, saya betulkan. So dalam awak punya nanti awak kena betulkan jugalah. Bukan salah pun, tapi dia lorong tu dia macam mengconfusekan. Okey. Okay, saya tulis kat sini. 2,400 kali 20%. Oh, dengan 6,000 kali 50%. Boleh macam tu. So 2880 tu dapat daripada 2400 times 20% dan juga 6,000 times 40%. Is that okay?
Okay, Prof. Okay.
Okay. Sorry for confusing you. Ada lagi soalan? Okay. Jadi dalam kelas, kalau kita ada masa tu, saya nak buka lah soalan-soalan tu sampai you faham. Kalau kata tak faham tu, you akan tanya sampai faham. Okay. So I believe tak ada soalan lagi. So kalau ada, boleh simpan untuk kelas yang akan datang pada hari Ahad. So dengan itu kita sudahi dengan surah Wal-Asr. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal asri innal insana lafi khusr illa allazina amanu wa amilus solihat wa tawassaw bil haqq wa tawassaw bis sabr. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you,
Okay,
Prof.
welcome.
Thank you,
Welcome.
sir.
Welcome.
Thank you.